Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a fresh week and a new day on the Mini. This week is going to be a good one because I plan on getting the whole of the exterior done. I've got to get it done because I've only got 2 weeks left before work after 3 months off. So not that I'm in a rush to get the exterior done, but I mean, to be honest, there's not a great deal left to do. And I won't be driving it straight away. I won't be using it straight away because I want to do the interior. I know if I MOT it, put it on the road and start using it as a daily, the interior won't get done, or it'll just get delayed. So I'd rather keep it in the garage, at least get everything done on the outside. So when I'm back at work, I've only got the inside to do. I might be able to strip the inside out by next week to get a bit of a head start. But obviously I want to put a roll cage in it. I'm going to change the steering wheel, put a set of buckets in it. So yeah, the main aim for this episode is to get everything done exterior wise. All the extra bits are back. They're looking good. That's the front bumper. Got to clean this up. Well, I've just got to clean all the plastics up and put them all together. That'll be ready to go on. Sills right next to it. Can't put them on yet because I've ordered the clips to put them on. I thought they would be the same as the old plastic ones which are here. Well, actually I didn't think they'd be the same. I thought they'd be slightly different because these are the Aero and they're not, but it turns out they're exactly the same. Anyway, rear bumper's already on. I just got too excited when it come back. I had to put it back together, but it looks absolutely mint. Look at that. I've even polished up the tailpipe as well, which is a lot better. Yet to put the reverse light in. There is an issue with that which I've got to fix. It just doesn't work. So I think it's a reverse light switch, but I'll do that later date. The scoop's on. I had a bit of a problem with the scoop. Basically it's held on, get the camera right, it's held on by four nuts and bolts. The two back ones that sort of hold it in place are like held with a plastic sort of bracket as such. They'd snapped, so I had to improvise and use a bit of this stuff, which is worth replast. So basically it just replicates plastic. So they use that in body shops to repair plastic, lugs off headlights and things like that. So it sets exactly the same as plastic would. So yeah, I just used that to repair that, and then what I did, where the bolts go, because I didn't have the original ones, where the bolts go, I kind of sort of glued that in place just to hold it and then just see if it worked. But it worked, but it was a bit of a faff, so I didn't film that because I didn't even know it was going to work, to be honest, but it has, but it's totally irrelevant. I don't know whether I've made the right move here. Now, these are painted bolide colour. When I put them on, I'm just a little bit unsure about them. I don't know why, just not sold on it, I don't know why. But now, I painted that one black, and now I'm not sure on that either. But it's hard to tell while the front bumper's off. And it's in pieces and it's not looking how it's supposed to look. So I'm going to put it all back together. I'm not going to paint that one just yet in black. I'm going to keep that black, keep that one grey, and when everything's back together, like all the bumpers, the seals, everything, basically when all the exterior's finished, done, looking right, I'll make a decision then. It's just what these wheels are proper getting to me. So I'm going to take them off, like I said in the last vid. I'm going to send them to refurb. I use a company in Coventry called Alloy Wheel Refurbishment UK. Been using them for quite a while. They've done loads of wheels for me. They're very reasonably priced and they have such a quick turnaround. So I think I'm going to get them done in satin black. They're not the wheels that I don't want them, to be honest, but for the time being, to save the pennies while I'm still off work, make good of a bad situation, I suppose. But they're not. I don't like them still. As my good friend Sam said to me last night, they look clumsy. They do a bit. So yeah, this week's going to be a good week, I think, because exterior wise I'm going to get it done, and then we'll pull it out and we'll have a look around it. So yeah, super excited. So first things first, jack it all up, get it all on axle stands, get the wheels off, get them sent to refurb. Then I will start doing the front bumper. I think the front panel, this front panel, in fact I'll show you that when we start putting the bumper. Right, now the wheels are all off. That also helps me out with the coilovers as well, because they're not properly set. When I put them on, I just sort of got them somewhere near, just so I can move the car forward and backwards. But now I can actually kind of measure each one and make sure they're all set, so I've got like a bit of a guide to go off when I do get the wheels back, and we can, you know, set the ride height properly. While I've got that wheel off, I'll kind of show you what has been replaced under here pre me doing this YouTube thing. It's basically it's had a new lower arm, new track rod end, and the inner track rod end. It's had 2 new drive shafts, all new ball joints, obviously new coilovers, new suspension, new bushes that sit behind, you can see, sit behind there. What a nightmare they are on both sides. So basically I had to drop the subframe out, pull it out. There was also a power steering leak, you know, which I've sort of touched on in a previous video. So yeah, give you a good idea of what's been done. I kind of wish I'd done it before, but anyway, let's move on to the front bumper. So where the front bumper, this is obviously all new as well, this whole new front panel. When I first got the car, I thought you could just buy this bit, because I didn't really see, because it was all snapped off here, I didn't see the like connection that it was actually all in one panel. So when I was searching for this sort of just this corner part, obviously I couldn't get it because it's a complete front panel, which obviously involved all this coming off, the rad pack coming out, condenser, everything. So because this is aftermarket, and obviously everyone knows aftermarket parts never line up with manufacturers, so there's always some fettling to do. So this is where the bumper screws in, obviously screws in there, and then I believe it sort of goes in here with a washer behind there. The riv nut doesn't quite line up, so what I'm going to have to do is slightly elongate that hole, same as the other one. This one has already been elongated by someone else, that's not by me, it just needs elongating that way. I'm going to put a washer behind it to secure it. So a little bit of fettling, but apart from that, the front panel was practically bang on. Absolutely bang on. And obviously these are all the wires for the indicators, the outside air temperature, which is reading -37 degrees at the minute. I think we'll all be dead, but hey ho. And the indicators. So next step would be get all this built up, get this cleaned, get the plastics clean, get them all clipped in, and put it up against the car and see where we're at, see if I need to do a little bit of fettling or not. I kind of have offered this up a little bit. It seems to go into place, no problem, but might be a different story, so let's crack on. That is the bumper on. It's not fixed in, it's not screwed in. I just wanted to offer it up against it just to make sure everything lines up with the aftermarket front panel. Looks sweet. Kind of liking the black surrounds now compared to, I don't know, you know. I don't know. Anyway, noticed one little issue. This was on the old bumper, sort of to match that grille. It doesn't fit. This is a completely different bumper. This had this chrome panel on it, which is not bad, but I'm not putting the chrome on. So I need to try and find one of these in black. I would paint this. It's metal chrome. I just don't think the paint's going to adhere to it, especially being on the front of the car with the stone chips. It's just going to kill it. But I'm sure I'll be able to get one of them in black. But yeah, I like it. I'm into it. Right, I'm going to take it back off and screw everything around here. Basically button everything up, elongate them holes, and then yeah. So a couple of days later now, actually 3 or 4 days later. I didn't really film a great deal because I ran into a few issues with the car, with the wheels as well. When I sent them off, turns out one of them's buckled. Well, not buckled, but not straight. So the cost to actually put that right, didn't really. No. I don't want the wheels, so I've ordered some new ones. An excuse, I know, but apologies if that last clip was just fast forwarded to this. I didn't film a great deal of it because, I mean, you wouldn't really want to see a car being put back together. You just want to see the money shot, really. Anyway, the car is all back together. The bumpers are on, the seals are on, the rear bumper is done as well. Headlights are all done. Had a bit of an issue with the driver's side headlight, just didn't work. Tried to mess about with the ballast, but I think it was just gone anyway. There was nothing I could have done, so I had to buy a new one. 40 quid, I think, something like that. So it wasn't too bad. Plugged it in, worked straight away. Gone with the black rings around the headlamps as well. Painted the underneath chrome part because I couldn't get a black, I don't know what you call it, bezel, bumper bezel or something like that. So I painted that black. Only time will tell how long that will last. But it's all back together, apart from the wheels, which hopefully by the end of this episode we'll have in. So let's go and have a look. So I think it's turned out really well. I'm super happy how it's turned out. Colour looks wicked. I have done a bit of cut and polishing on the doors. Yeah, I'm proper happy with it. I can't wait to get the wheels on it. But anyway, a mod has arrived. So let's get that slung on. Be rude not to give it a rev. So it sounds pretty cool. I didn't rev it too much because it's not properly warmed up, but yeah, made a difference. So the only thing really now for me to do is the wheels, but I haven't yet got them. As soon as the wheels are on, I need to book it in at a local garage because it's going to need MOT, and because it's a Cat S, it has to have an MOT to be able to go back on the road legally. It also is, I've got an ABS light on, which keeps going and coming and going and coming, but I personally think that is the wheel because it's vibrating when it's being driven a lot. I've only driven it up and down the road, but it just seems to come and go, come and go. It has had new wheel speed sensors, so check the wiring, that's all okay, but I think it needs to be plugged into diagnostics. So when the wheels come, I'll put them on, book it in. It's going to need MOT, and I'll get them to plug it in, see if there's any issues. So fast forward to when I get the wheels. So that fast forward was actually 3 weeks. It's taken 3 weeks to get these wheels on the car. Literally 2 weeks for them to arrive, and then they arrived with no bolts, no spigots, nothing. So then I had to order the bolts. The bolts were promised by the place that I bought the wheels off, by the way. So I had to order the bolts. They arrived within 2 days, and then the spigots, 2 sets never arrived, so I was just going round and round in circles. But anyway, they're here, they're on, it's done. Sorry for the massive delay on this video. I wanted to sort of get the whole car sort of finished exterior wise before I sort of got the video out, rather than just sort of film one episode me doing the bumper, another episode doing the seals, etc. I just wanted to smash it all in one, so then I can just crack on modding the car and enjoying it. So let's have a look at them. OZ Legendas, I think they're Legendas, well, however you say them. 17" by 7 ET37, and they don't come with centre caps. Can you believe that? Fit nicely. This is the first drive out I've done this morning, just going up to work. It's got a little bit of rubbing, just need to raise the back end a bit, but they look awesome, I think. Really do. It's like they were made for the car. I know they're quite a common wheel for the Mini, but I don't care. I think they look awesome. See, I've got a little bit of rubbing on this this wheel here, so I think I might either need to. I don't really want to raise it because I quite like it, so I think I might. I think it's the arch liners it's hitting, so I might trim them a little bit. Front seems to be okay, but like I say, I've only really driven it 2 miles this morning. That's to work. So there we go. Exterior done. What a journey. Proper happy how it's turned out. Wheels look amazing, I think. So what's next? Next is the MOT. That's, well, was booked in, due to happen this week, but kept having to cancel it because of the spigots and the bolts not turning up. What a drain of my life that was. So yeah, MOT next. I'll probably do a short video on how the MOT went out. Sorry, how the MOT went. I'm not expecting too many gremlins, to be honest. I know there are a few issues which are completely out of my hands, like the ABS light. I've since learned I think that might be the wheel hub, to be honest. I don't think it's the wheels, because these wheels have gone on and I've got the tyre pressure light on and the ABS. It goes off and then comes on when you're driving. So I personally might need a new hub, which, you know, they're inexpensive. If it needs it, it needs it. I think the top mounts I've put on as well are, they were quite cheap, and I don't think they're great. They tend to squeak. Other than that, I don't think there's a great deal that it could possibly fail on, but it's, again, it's give it to the professionals now, let them cast their eye over it. I'm not a mechanic, I'm just purely a hobbyist that likes messing around with cars, so they're obviously going to probably pick up things that I've not seen. If they don't, happy days, but personally I think it's bang on. So yeah, again, sorry for the delay on this video getting out. I have noticed the channel getting a lot more views over the past 2 weeks as well, so awesome, that's wicked. After the MOT and whatever that brings up, I want to start hitting the interior. I've already started, actually, I've already done a little bit of filming, but I don't want to overwhelm this episode, so I'm going to save it for a future episode. I've already put the false floor in, fits bang on, looks wicked as well, but yeah, I've got to take all that out, put the carpet in, put the buckets in, put the steering wheel in, etc., and probably trim a few bits and bobs as well. So yeah, that'll be a future video, but for now I'll leave this one here like, subscribe, share and all that. And I'll see you on the next one and let you know how the MOT went.